At mukhang nakaramdam ng takot si BBM at ang administrasyon na ito sa kasong isinampa ng isang Japanese na si Shunichi Fujiki sa United Nations. Abay, bakit naman hihilingin ng Department of Foreign Affairs sa United Nations na i-dismiss ang kasong inihain ng isang Japanese laban kay BBM? Takot yarn. Kaya't ang naging tugon ni Shunichi Fujiki, are they insecure? Isn't this news outlet a part of the government? Dagdag pa niya, if the Marcos administration truly attempted to pressure the United Nations over a NGO's submission to the Human Rights Council, it would qualify as one of the great diplomatic self-owns of the modern times, trying to export domestic-style intimidation tactics to the United Nations system as if the international community functions like a controlled local press conference. Is not strength, it is insecurity on display. The irony is remarkable. In attempting to deny accusations of political suppression, they only reinforce the very concerns being raised. And now, the world can clearly see it. A government so uncomfortable with criticism that it seeks to silence not only its own citizens and media, but even the voices of foreign nationals exercising freedom of expression in international forums in democratic form. So pati itong Japanese na ito ay nahihiwagaan na din na bakit parang hindi lamang mga Pilipino ang pinasa-silence ng Marcos administration na ito, ay maging ang ibang lahi pa. At parang nag-uumpisa na ang Marcos administration sa repression laban sa Japanese na ito. Ito pa ang kanyang sabi, "The Philippine government has begun its repression against me, but I will not flinch or back down a single step. This is a human rights issue. Human rights issues has no borders. The Philippines, under the current Marcos administration, is the only country using the ICC as a political tool. This demonstrates that the Philippine government is insecurity. People's power will soon begin in the Philippines. My dear friends in the Philippines, let us stand firm and uphold justice without fear." So maging ang Japanese na ito, na si Sir Shunichi Fujiki, ay parang alam din niya kung gaano kadumi ang sistema sa Pilipinas under Marcos administration. Kasi nakikita siguro ng Japanese na ito na wala naman talagang ginawang masama ang dating Pangulong Duterte. Sa halip nga ay nakatulong pa nga sa ating bansa sa ekonomiya noong kanyang administrasyon o kanyang termino. Pero ngayon, alam na ng buong mundo kung gaano kabagsak ang Pilipinas sa pamumuno ni Mr. President. At dahil dyan, sikat na ang Pilipinas. At itong si Mr. President sa buong mundo, kalat na. Kaya nga't heto ang isang foreign journalist na na-interview ang isang political analyst mula sa Pilipinas na si Malu Tequia patungkol sa sitwasyon at lagay ng mga Pilipino sa Pilipinas. In-interview siya ng foreign journalist. So ibig sabihin, nakakarating na sa ibang bansa ang balita kung ano ba talaga nangyayari sa Pilipinas. Panoorin natin ito.
If the Philippines withdrew from the ICC in 2019, how come the court believes that it still has jurisdiction in this case?
Tama. Buti pa ito nag-iisip.
That's one of the grounds, and they were talking about a year from the withdrawal, which is unfortunate because when a nation withdrew from international agreements, it takes effective immediately. And initially, the grounds were withdrew from the Roman Statute, as well as they were saying that the local courts were not working. If you monitor what's happening in the Philippines, the courts are alive, the courts are working, and there is no impediment to the delivery of justice in the country.
Tama.
Today, what we heard are, apart from that, is that the government sent him to The Hague,
Yes.
and who is the ICC not to, acquire jurisdiction. That is unfortunate, because that in itself is a sovereign issue, and which is very, very controversial here in Manila.
All right, Duterte was elected on a strong anti-drug platform,
Yes,
widely
totoo.
supported domestically at the time. So why is he being judged internationally for policies that many Filipinos supported at the time?
Pamuliti ka.
That is the sovereignty angle. Who are foreigners to judge our president to be
Tama.
such? Secondly, they have to understand that at the end of the term of President Rodrigo Duterte, he got the highest presidential approval
Isa pa yan.
in history, where he got 80% approving of the programs and the policies that he has initiated. So I doubt very much if ICC will understand the Filipino psyche, the Filipino culture, why peace and order is very important, why the battle against illegal drugs
Tama.
is a crucial thing that needed to be addressed when he was president.
Now, what could be the reason behind the International Criminal Court's primary focus being heavily on leaders from developing countries and rarely to prosecute Western leaders, even when they are accused?
Yeah, Mike, that's a good question, because certainly there are others who are supposed to be within their jurisdiction, but are not being held responsible for it. The Philippines, President Duterte is being made probably a model of how to deal with such issues that are
Totoo.
very controversial. Word was mentioned, impunity in addressing certain programs of government. But certainly, that was not the plan. The plan
Yes.
was to protect the citizens of the country from the wrath of illegal drugs. You do not want the Philippines to be under necropolitics.
Yes.
And that is the only reason why he had to do that. And unfortunately, they do not understand the Filipinos.
Now, can international human rights enforcement be seen as a form of neo-colonial legal pressure, or is it a necessary safeguard against state abuse? What do you think?
Well, it can be a necessary control for state abuse for so long as courts are not functioning. Our courts are functioning here. So
Totoo.
it becomes now an issue of, the age-old tradition of neo-colonialists that kind of put down certain individuals, certain leaders, certain strong leaders who would want a different approach into the war on illegal drugs.
Now, let me ask this. Where is the ICC's accountability for military actions by powerful Western nations that caused civilian deaths, like in the case of thousands dead in Lebanon, in Gaza, or the Minab school in Iran?
Now, Mike, the world is littered by so many things that ICC need to address, need to be into, not a program of government in the Philippines. Certainly, they cannot judge our leader in accordance to their standards
Tama.
because they haven't lived in the Philippines.
Yes.
They haven't seen what's happening to the Philippines.
Di nila
They
alam.
haven't seen families being destroyed by illegal drugs. So it becomes now a tool of powerful interest groups
Yes.
to bring probably a model and just try certain leaders from Africa and Asia. I haven't seen any leaders from the Western democracy to be held accountable for their acts. And you mentioned several countries already, and that has been allowed to go simply because you are up against powerful interest groups.
Yes.
Now, would you judge this ruling to be more about law or global political messaging? What do you think?
Oh, my sense is it's really global political
Yes,
messaging.
totoo yan.
You get a person like Duterte to be a leader in a country, very independent-minded, very focused on his country and not the interest of global hegemonies, then it becomes a problem to that person or to that leader.
All right, we have to leave it here now. Politics professor Malu Tikwa, it's so interesting speaking with you. Thank you very much.
Tikwa.
Thank you very much.
Great.
Malutikwa. Pero tama yung sinabi ni Malutikiya na sino ba ang ICC para husgahan si dating Pangulong Duterte? Eh hindi naman namumuhay at never pang namuhay ang mga taga-ICC sa Pilipinas para husgahan ng dating Pangulong Duterte. Hindi nga nila alam yung nangyayari sistema sa Pilipinas. Kung alam lang ng ICC noon na talamak ang ipinagbabawal na gamot bago maupo ang dating Pangulong Duterte, napakaraming adik. Hindi alam ng taga-ICC kung papaano na bago ng dating Pangulong Duterte ang pamumuhay ng mga Pilipino under ng kanyang termino. Kung papaano na lesson yung mga pinagbabawal na gamot na yan, kung papaano yung mga adik ay nagbago ang kanilang buhay, ang kanilang pananaw sa buhay. Kung papaano na bago ng dating Pangulong Duterte ang isang adik ay naging matino. At dahil nga kay dating Pangulong Duterte, nabawasan ng krimen sa Pilipinas. Natakot ang mga Pilipino na gumawa ng masama. O kung gumawa man, hindi gaanoon karami. Kumbaga na lesson. Marami talaga ang natatakot sa mga Duterte. Aminin man natin o hindi. Kaya nga ngayon, under sa Marcos administration, tuwang-tuwa ang mga adik nakabalik. Nakabalik sa kanilang pamumuhay, sa kanilang paggamit. Ayun, yun ang hindi naiintindihan at hindi talaga maiintindihan ng taga-ICC kasi hindi naman sila namuhay sa Pilipinas. Hindi ba tayo nahihiya na ang foreign journalist, foreign news ay alam na ang nangyayari sa Pilipinas? Nababalita na sa ibang bansa ang nangyayari sa Pilipinas patungkol sa politika. Hindi ba nakakaya? Sa ganoong paraan, sa ganoong senaryo, sa ganoong balita tayo sumisikat sa maruming pamumulitika. Pero hindi tayo sumisikat sa ibang bansa, hindi tayo nababalita sa ibang bansa patungkol sa paglago ng ekonomiya, pagbaba ng krimen. Wala, ay natakot ng ibang bansa sa Pilipinas na maging dayuhan, maging turista kasi alam nila ang nangyayari sa Pilipinas ngayon, Marcos administration. Tapos ito pang mangyayari kay Senator Bato, isusunod pa sa ICC sa Netherlands. Papayag pa ba tayo na mayroon na namang isang Pilipinong dalhin doon sa ibang bansa at husgahan, litisin ng dayuhan? Gayong nagpa-function naman ang ating korte sa Pilipinas. At paulit-ulit na wala namang jurisdiction ang ICC sa Pilipinas dahil matagal na tayong kumalas sa kanila bilang miyembro. Kaya sana itong kagustuhan ni US President Donald Trump na pakikipagsanib puwersa sa China at sa Russia na kalabanin ng International Criminal Court ay sana yung magtagumpay nang makalaya na agad-agad ang dating Pangulong Duterte. Dahil kawawa, imagine 80 years old nakakulong pa sa kulungan. Imbes na ispenda lang niya ang kanyang buhay na natitira sa kanyang pamilya ay pinagkait pa ng Marcos administration na walang utang na loob na itong si dating Pangulong Duterte pa nga ang nagpalibing sa tatay ni BBM sa libingan ng mga bayani tapos ito yung igagante. Diba? Anong tawag doon? Walang utang na loob. Ano kaya sa palagay ninyo? Umusad kaya ang kaso laban kay BBM sa United Nations? Magtagumpay kaya sina US Donald Trump, China at Russia na kalabanin ang ICC. Ano ang inyong opinyon? I-share mo na ang video na ito. Mag-iwan ng comment at like dyan sa ibaba at magkita-kita ulit tayo sa susunod na video.